There is a peculiar obsession that tends to surface in cultural discussions across the globe. It usually begins with a very specific, competitive claim. Our language is the oldest. You might have seen all these memes online. Now, some of you may agree with me, some of you disagree with great passion. But hear me out. The oldest language in the world is a myth. It's a compelling narrative. It offers a sense of permanence in an increasingly fluid world. But there is a fundamental scientific issue with this claim, one that often gets lost in the pursuit of historical bragging rights. To claim a language is the oldest usually relies on a narrow definition of evidence, the written record. We treat the first inscription as the starting line. Here is the problem. Humans have been talking for roughly 200,000 years. Writing? That's barely a blip. Celebrating a language because it has writing is like saying the English language was invented in 1476 just because William Caxton bought a printing press. Before that, everyone was just grunting, I guess. If we define language by the point at which our ancestors began sharing complex thoughts, then every language on earth is essentially the same age. A continuous, unbroken stream of evolution that has been running since the dawn of our species. When we elevate one language's antiquity over another, we are rarely talking about linguistics. We are talking about historiography and, frankly, prestige. We often see people claiming Sanskrit is ancient. No, Tamil is ancient. But what about the Jarava, the Onge, the Sentinelese? Their languages have been evolving, thriving, and surviving in isolation while people on the mainland were busy arguing about whose alphabet looks more spiritual. They don't have a massive library of dusty inscriptions, so they don't get to play in your oldest language sandbox. Even when we use the tools of modern linguistics, comparative reconstruction, we hit a wall. We can trace language families back several millennia, but eventually the trail goes cold. Beyond that, the data dissolves. Asserting that one's language is the first isn't a statement of scientific fact, it's a statement of cultural affection. Maybe the question shouldn't be which language is the oldest. If you want to be proud of your culture, be proud of the literature, the philosophy, the art, but don't use linguistic antiquity as a weird pseudo-scientific flex. It's factually wrong.